Hey, how's it going? My name's Nat. Let's see what's making news. The 57th Super Bowl kicks off on Monday in the US, but for a lot of people, a big part of the spectacle is actually the ads in between the game. Here's Josh with more.
With any Super Bowl, there must always come super ads. Now, we here at BTN and the ABC for that matter don't really do self-indulgent product placement, but it's a huge deal for the Super Bowl.
During the Super Bowl, most consumers are excited about the commercials. They want to talk about the commercials.
Now, again, we don't advertise, but Super Bowl commercials can get pretty insane. Animals, humour, big budget special effects and franchise tie-ins are definitely some of the things you can expect to see.
And let's not forget the celebrities.
As an advertiser, it's hard to spend $7 million in 30 seconds unless it's the Super Bowl. They want to get excitement leading up. So one way to do that is to pair your brand with a celebrity.
Many of the commercials have seen an early release this week ahead of the game. And the celebrity lineup this year includes faces such as Paul Rudd, Will Ferrell.
What do you mean? It's me, Dusty.
You're not.
Ben Stiller.
The real is real.
Amy Schumer and Steve Martin. And that's only scratching the surface. But why do advertisers pull out all the stops just for the Super Bowl?
It is a massive audience. It teeters around 100 million plus or minus a little bit. So as a marketer, you're paying for massive reach coupled with consumers who are interested in discussing and watching the ads.
So get geared up for some super American football and some super epic ads.
There have been some good and not so good announcements from the Walt Disney Company. We'll start with the not so good. 7,000 people will be losing their jobs at the company as part of an effort to save $7.8 million in costs to make its struggling streaming platform more profitable. And now for the better news. Some pretty exciting sequels were announced at the same time, with Frozen 3, Zootopia 2 and a Toy Story 5 all in the works. Kids in Alice Springs are learning an endangered Aboriginal language that only a handful of people in the country can speak. Here's Justina.
These kids are singing in Pradam. That's an Aboriginal language that comes from country, about 100k south of Alice Springs. And there's only about 30 fluent speakers of the language left in Australia. So this local school is changing that.
I just feel so proud of myself that I'm learning my language, my dad's language, my grandfather's language, and just passing it on to the next generation.
When we get older, we can pass it to the younger generations and keep the language strong.
The students say it's also a great way to connect with their culture.
What do you like learning about Pradam? Being with family and learning more.
Because it's my great-grandmother's dream, and I want to go back to the homeland so that she can see us do it.
As well as learning Pradam, the school's also fundraising to build a special classroom on country, which will provide a home for the language on the land it comes from. And they've got some suggestions for what should be included.
I wanted to have aircon because it's really hot.
TV and fans.
Wanted to be big.
And iPads.
On your marks, get set, because the last segment of this show is called In the Running. More than 100 puppies are gearing up for the annual Puppy Bowl. Now in its 19th year, this Super Bowl-inspired spin-off features pups from animal shelters all over the US and beyond. There's a special twist too. These puppies are all up for adoption.
We have more adoptable puppies than ever before.
Now to the winner of this year's Wildlife Photographer of the Year award. This dreamy photo of a snow leopard at sunset was in the running against more than 38,000 other entries this year. The photographer says he used a special camera trap that snapped animals as they walked past, triggered by movement. And over the course of a year and a half, the camera was able to capture a whole bunch of photos, eventually capturing this winner of a snap. And finally, to one extreme athlete in Peru who's been running 60 kilometers every single day for the past 86 days.
The biggest mental challenge was every single day, because no matter how hard the day was, after you close your eyes, the next day starts again.
Savas has jogged his way across Peru, traveling 5,170 Ks through deserts, forests, and snowy mountaintops. You name it, Savas has run through it, all in the name of adventure. Well, that's all from us this week. We'll see you on Monday. Bye.